Hey, this is Beatty Carmichael with Agent Dominator, and I want to preface real quickly this video that you're about to watch because this is a really great training on postcard marketing, on the top 6 secrets to postcard marketing that drives in listings. And if you're looking for a consistent source of new listings, and you've done postcards before or you do them right now, this will walk you through those things that we have found, over 4 million postcards that we've been mailing, or maybe 5 by now, tracking things, the 21 split marketing tests we've done, 37 different message variations, what we find that absolutely works best beyond anything else. And I'll give you a couple of secrets. Number one, the easiest, simplest one part of it is just sending out just sold postcards, okay? And then I show you some things on a just sold postcard that anyone can do that really takes the results from that postcard being here and driving it up here just by taking a few minutes of putting a few extra words on that postcard. It's really amazing, okay? So in launching that, I want to also share one other thing. We have a new service that we launched. It's an automated just sold marketing program, okay, where we send out just sold postcards for you on an automated basis. Either circle marketing right around every sale that you make, or to a specific list like a geographic farm or past clients and sphere of influence. And if you look at over the years, where agents get the most sales from marketing, it's through postcard marketing with just sold postcards. And if that's the case, then why don't most agents do it? There are 2 reasons. Number one, it's expensive. And number 2, they get busy and they forget to do it because you have to manage it every single time. So with this automated program, we've killed both of those issues. Number one, you get a discounted rate, really inexpensively, but highly effective, okay? And number 2, we automate it. So we fully automate it. You never have to really think about it. We do all the work for you, so you'll get a lot of value out of that. By the way, if you're interested in that, please go to our website at agentdominator.com, and you'll see our Just Sold marketing program. You'll enjoy this training, but let me give you a heads up on 2 things. Number one, the content is really great. It's a live format. I'm handling questions, and there's a lot of content that comes out that are those little nuggets of information that normally don't come out in a structured training program, but they come out in a live setting. So you'll definitely, if you're taking notes, you'll take a lot of great notes on that. But the second thing I want to warn you about is the audio quality is really bad. I'm using a wireless mic. We're in a small room, and we have a lot of real estate agents, okay? And all real estate agents have one of these, a radio transmitter. And so all of their phones are transmitting back and forth. They're texting and everything else. And it's messing up the receiver on the microphone. So you'll hear a lot of snap, crackle, and pops, not the serial, okay, but the static. And so you'll just have to listen to it. Sometimes it gets really annoying, but I promise you, if you want to master postcard marketing to get more listings, just ignore the snap, crackle, and pops and listen to the content, and you'll get a lot out of it. Thanks for letting me to share. And now, without any further ado, let me introduce you into the training, and you'll get a lot out of it. Have a great day. Be blessed.
So welcome everyone. I want to make sure to introduce our guest speaker today. For years as a real estate coach, I've done tons and tons of research about getting results on postcards, and he's actually spent pretty much his whole career researching way more than I have. So I love having conversations with Beatty because I can speak a little bit of his language, and he's taken all of this up to the next level. He knows how to get results inside and out using direct mail. And when we have the certified home marketing expert, we discovered that direct mail really, really works for home sellers and getting listings, and that's why you're here. So I want to introduce to you the one person I know who is a complete expert in direct mail, Beatty Carmichael.
Thank you. Microphones real quickly. All right, how are you guys? I brought a mask in case you wanted me to wear a mask. I figure if we're going to have to wear a mask for a while, we might as well have fun with it. So, okay, real quick, if you like marketing, if you want to do anything with geographic farming, because I know Lewis mentioned something about wanting to target a neighborhood, there are some right ways and some wrong ways. I have a podcast I do called Get Sellers Calling You. You can either listen to it on your podcast channel or go to the website, getsellerscallingyou.com. The series that we're just putting out right now I think it's a four-step series on mastering geographic farming. So there's some do's and some don'ts. Most important thing is how to pick the right farm. Okay. So with that as just a real quick intro, I want to talk about direct mail. I want to talk about what works best, and why it works. Okay. And a little bit of background about us. I've been in business since 1997, doing marketing for different sales agents. By the way, that's me if you can't tell there's a resemblance. Our focus is P2C, which is professional to consumer marketing. And for the first 15 years, we worked in 15 different industries, from telecom to vacation and health and fitness and weight loss and legal and accounting, anything where you have a professional selling to a consumer. And then in 2012, we shifted and focused exclusively on real estate. During the early years, we did over 21 split marketing tests to understand what works on a postcard. We tested over 37 additional variations of messages over about a 2 million postcard run to really understand what works. And I want to give you just a, does this stuff really work? I want to give you just a few examples, and I'll show you what's going on. So one of our clients over in California, within his first 2 mailings, he'd already listed 3 listings, had 6 more listings coming on the market. At the end of his first year, he earned $99,000 in commissions directly from our postcards. 6 months later, which is 18 months into his 1,500 home farm, he's controlling 22% of the market share, outselling the number 2 agent by over 7 times. He started as a nobody. A year and a half later, he was actually selling about 50% of all the homes in that farm. Another agent over in Atlanta, he was with a team. We started working with them. They were targeting a little bit higher upscale type of stuff. Within 2 or 3 months, they hit $3 million in closed sales, had another $3 to $5 million in inventory coming in, and just real excited. We started doing some things also with past clients in sphere of influence. One of our clients, within 18 months, using that, he generated, within 7 months, generated 18 new clients from that. So this focus of how do you get listings, how do you drive sales through marketing, is something that we have studied, we have tested, we have measured. We're not perfect with it, but we're pretty darn good. So I want to talk a little bit about direct mail. First off, does anyone not know what direct mail is? Okay, good. It's the thing that comes in your mailbox. The question is, why is direct mail so effective? And I'm going to just show you something on why. Okay, when we compare direct mail from any other thing, direct mail grabs your attention. You hold it, you look at it, and you assess it. Electronic marketing, it's just here and gone. Does that make sense? It's more expensive. If you're going to market to the masses, electronic marketing might be great. But if you're going to market to specific homes that you want to target, nothing beats it over direct mail. So I want to talk about email versus direct mail for a moment. By the way, which of you, I'm leading into this and you're probably going to guess the answer already. Which of you who believes that email marketing, let me set the stage. I've got a finite group of people I want to target. Let's say a geographic farm or past clients, personal sphere of influence, things of that sort. If I'm going to send something by email or I'm going to send something by postal mail, which one do you think is going to produce the most results? Postal. Okay. Now here's the next question. By what? That's right. By how much? What type of increased results do you think postal mail has over electronic mail? Anyone want to guess? 30%? Okay. 60%. Keep on. 78? 70% more? Okay. 65. $1. Going once. Well, I'm glad everyone's sitting down because a number of studies have been done on this. And one of the ones that was my favorite is a world-class marketer, earns millions of dollars. He had a mailing list that people bought from him. And so he decided to do a split test. He wrote a sales offer. He sent half of it by email to half the list, and the other half of the list he sent by postal mail. The postal mail produced 2,000% more response, 20 times over email. This is why postcard marketing is so effective, and most agents are clueless about it. They go, oh, that's expensive. I can send emails for free, right? But when you're dealing with commissions that are $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, how much do you want to be budget-minded versus actually getting a listing? So the other thing then is, so postal mail is more effective, but how about a letter versus a postcard, okay? So I've got a postcard, I've got a letter. Which one do you think is more effective in getting results? Results being defined as, I'm going to get someone to call me for a listing. Postcard, why?
They don't have to open anything.
That's right. The biggest challenge is they got to open it. You see, here's what happens. I bet y'all do this. You get your mail and you go, definitely junk, trash. You look at the postcard, junk. Is that how you sort your mail? Okay, so you can't get the postcard open, the letter open, unless it really looks personal and you grab their attention. Because of that, postcard marketing will produce typically between 6 and 10 times more results than a letter, because only 1 out of 6 to 1 out of 10 might actually open the letter. So that's why we use postcards, okay? Is this kind of cool? All right, so then what makes for an effective mail piece? One of the things we started to do years back is we started to look at what drives sales. Many of you guys here probably know Josh Vernon. Anyone not know who Josh is? Okay, he's a sells out in Trussville. At the time we started working with him, he was doing only 300 homes a year, and yeah.
Whenever I first started working with him, he was doing 60 houses a year, and he was working as a buyer's agent, and he was tired. So as we set up on his plan was, okay, we've got to convert you to a listing agent, and so I introduced him to Beatty to get that started.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, thank you so much. That's led into lots of opportunities down the road, so I appreciate that. What happened, one of the things that was going on is he started doing postcard mailing to a certain set of farms and got no results his first year. And I love Josh's approach. He takes everything as a business approach, and he says, I know it's got to work, but something's not right. So he calls me up and says, can you help? And I said, well, we're just experimenting with this approach we call the 3 S's. Sales, secret, service. Okay, so it's the 3S formula. And I said, I think we can turn your business, your results around. Let's try this. Within 4 months of implementing this formula in his postcard mailing, he was getting 2 come list me now phone calls every week. That's 8 a month out of the farm that the year previously he got nothing. Okay, so he laid the groundwork, he watered it, but then when we started to do this, it started to shoot out. So one of the things that happened is when we started working exclusively with realtors, we did it in geographic farming. And everyone who signed up on our service, we'd always ask, hey, have you ever done geographic farming before? Most would say no, and some would say yes. Those who said yes, we asked, were you successful? What do you think most people said? No, exactly. And a few would say yes. So we'd ask them, what did you do? Would you like to guess? By the way, there's only one answer. 100% of every single person who was successful in geographic farming gave us the identical answer. Would you like to guess what that answer was? Just sold postcards. That's it. Just sold postcard. So we'd ask them, well, so why are you coming to us? Well, we stopped a few years back and just never got started again. And the number one biggest issue is consistency. But from there, we started to experiment, and we came up with the formula that drives the most sales. It's showing off your sales, because think about this. I'm a homeowner. I'm thinking about selling my home. There are 3 things I want out of a real estate agent. If you can convince me of these 3 things, I'll choose you over everyone else. Anyone have any idea what those 3 things are?
Results.
How do you define results? How do you define sales? What do I want as a homeowner? Ah, I want to sell my home for more money. That's number one. What do you think number two is? I want to sell it faster. And what do you think number three is? No stress. If you can convince me you can get me more money in less time with less hassle, I'll choose you over anyone else, including my sister-in-law who sells real estate. Which I do have a sister-in-law who sells real estate. Okay, so so the first step in helping them believe that you actually sell things for more money is you show off the sales that you're doing. They want to know. Okay, so let me see if this makes sense. I'm living in a house. By the way, I live in a nice neighborhood. Do you realize that in the last year, I've only received postcards from 2 people? And it's a really nice neighborhood. And no one is marketing. Real estate agents don't. So when it comes time for me to...
What's your name?
Country Ridge. Right around the corner. Yeah. You know one of my people. Okay. My people will talk to your people. Where was I? Okay, so I'm a homeowner thinking about selling. And I know this person is a real estate agent, and I'm certain that they sell homes all the time because I've seen their name periodically over the years. But I get a postcard every single month from this agent showing off another sale. Which one do you think I have more confidence in that is actively selling? This one over here. And the only difference is my perception. So remember that your prospect's perception is their reality. It doesn't matter how good you are, how many homes you're selling. All that matters is what they believe to be true about you. And if you can set yourself apart from anyone else, then it tilts them towards you. So that's showing off your sales. The second thing is to explain the secrets behind those sales. In other words, what is it that you do that makes your sales so successful? If you're going to say that my homes sell faster and for more money, quantify it. Tell me what that means. Y'all do it already, but you probably don't know it. How many of you have a listing presentation that at an appointment you go through, flip the pages or flip the slides? Y'all do a listing presentation, any of y'all? Okay. If you do, it's showing them why they should choose you. Those are your secrets. If you want to put this in a real simple capsulated formula, your postcard will take one of those topics every time, and every postcard is a different topic, so you're educating them as if you're doing a listing presentation over time through the mail. That's essentially what explaining the secrets is. And then the third S, share a unique service. Something you do that might be unique, but it has to have value perceived by the homeowner. Okay? So if you're, for example, if you do staging, I'll stage a home that's $300,000 or more, let's say. Then as long as your homeowners understand that that's a great value, do it. But if they don't understand staging, then it's a dead value. So whatever you do as a service, it needs to be quickly and intuitively perceived as something of great value to them. Let me give you just an example. I'm not promoting this, but just an example. I'll sell your home in 5 days for full price, or I'll give you $10,000. Okay, now if that were a unique service, do you think that's going to get my attention?
Asterisk on that one.
Right, the asterisk, exactly.
If you list it 30% below market.
That's right. I've got, this is sort of a totally different topic, but on that topic, you can do so much in what's called a unique selling proposition, which is really what this third one is, with the asterisks. You can promote something here, but you can protect yourself with the asterisks and keep it and keep yourself going. So, so what I want to do is I want to show you some examples with these. Okay, kind of show you what this looks like in an actual postcard. Okay, I'm going to show you a just sold postcard. This is what most agents do, and then I'm going to do a just sold postcard with a caption that articulates what actually happened with the sale. And then I'm going to show you that same postcard with a caption with some secrets to your success. Okay? And let's see if this makes sense. So this is a just sold postcard. It comes out, and I look at it, and I go, oh, wow, that's a pretty home. And can you see around me? Okay. I say, that's a pretty home, and I might toss it. Does this make an impact on people? Well, actually, it does, because it's in the mail. Let's see if I've got one like that. It's in the mail. I look at it, and I contemplate it, and it makes an impression. A bigger impression than something that just slides past me on Facebook or something like that. Okay? So I get to look at it. I'm looking at it. It's got from Bill Smithson, and okay, wow, I'm impressed. Here's another sale. It seems like I'm always getting sales from Bill Smithson. Okay? So it makes an impression. But watch this.
I want to see the rest of his picture because I'm imagining that he's got like a feather boa around his neck with the way he's posing his hand.
Yeah. I might actually have a shot of him on another photo. I'll show you. Okay, so now, watch this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add a caption, and I want you to tell me which of these postcards is more effective. This home had been on the market 180 days with another agent without selling. I listed it at the same price and sold it in only 5 days for full price. Is that impressive?
Yes.
Okay, so now when I get this postcard as a homeowner, by taking just a moment to write something about the sale, I'm going to add tremendous more value to my brand and to that person's perception of how good I am. At this point, I'm now starting to separate myself from all the other agents, because my perception of the homeowner's perception, all you guys do the same thing. You stick a sign in the yard, you list the home in the MLS, and you wait for someone else to bring a buyer. And if that's my perception, then watch this. I could choose any of you, and I'm going to get the same result. Once you start to articulate what makes you different, then they're going to realize that all of you are the same, but this guy over here, I'm going to choose him hands down. That's where we have to do. The battle is right here in the perception, and the battleground is mostly unfought because most agents are not in the mill. Okay? Is this making sense? Okay? Now, I'm going to add one more element to this. I'm going to add some secrets to what we do. So I'm going to change up the postcard a little bit. Same sale, same caption, but now I'm going to add a little bit more content. Okay, so now, just so you understand, with this particular design, the eyeball goes here, and then it goes over there. It starts at the photo, and then it goes to what we call the sub-headline. And so I want to put in the sub-headline something of great value that I want to brand about myself. So let me just read it real quickly. So the headline, sold for full price in only 5 days. The caption repeats the statement earlier. Bill Smithson did it again, except now I got a little bit more room. Bill Smithson did it again. What does that connotate? He does it all the time. Right, he's got a track record. This home had been on the market 180 days with another agent without selling, with aggressive marketing. Isn't that what the homeowner wants you to do? With aggressive marketing, Bill listed it at the same price and sold it in 5 days for full price. Okay? So now we start to set the stage, the expectation that we want that homeowner to believe. And then we share a secret. By the way, this card, we have, when we work with agents on a premium level, not what I'm going to talk about today, we actually have a professional copywriter that gets involved and does this. So this is specifically Bill's stuff. We just changed the branding and the name for privacy. So then we put, why did Bill Smithson's home sell faster and get more money? It's because of his 4 secrets of selling homes. So right off the bat, he's got a plan to sell homes. Most agents don't. Okay? Number 1 is preparation. He helps coordinate painters and handymen to make a great first impression. Number 2 is pricing. He knows the limit to push the listing price without exceeding the market. Number 3 is presentation. 95% of buyers start their search online. He uses professional online marketing that gets the best buyers' attention. And number 4 is promotion. He aggressively markets your home using a proven 21-step marketing strategy that finds more buyers and sells it faster. So let me ask you a question. If we go back to the first postcard just sold versus this one, which one starts to persuade the homeowner more? This one. What does this do to the homeowner? Why does it persuade the homeowner? It's about them.
It gives them confidence.
That's it. It gives them confidence. Because the confidence is, this guy knows what he's doing. And he's laying it out. Now, by the way, is there anyone in this room that does not do these things? One person, okay? Most everyone else does. Here's the key. It doesn't matter if you do the same that everyone else does. Whoever articulates it and educates the consumer wins that battle in the consumer's mind. It's all about perception, not about reality. So what we want to do is we want to give the perception that, which is true. We know what we're doing. It doesn't matter that every agent may know what they're doing. In the homeowner mind, all we need to let them do is get them to remember us. Okay. Now, here's something why this is so important. A study was done. Most of y'all probably read the book Millionaire Real Estate Agent, right? Okay. They had a section called Mindshare Dominance. I want to back up a little bit. It comes from a marketing book in the 1980s called Positioning. They did studies. They found that the average consumer can only remember 2 or 3 brands. Who wants to? I'm going to pick on you, Vicki. Just think about toothpaste brands. List the toothpaste brands that come to mind. Colgate and Crest, 2. There's hundreds of toothpaste brands out there, but I guarantee you that she uses either Colgate or Crest, and when she goes to the store, that's all she's going to buy. The homeowner's the same way. Think of the real estate agents, Bill and Sue. If they're going to sell their home, it's going to be between one of those 2 people. All we're doing is trying to get them to remember why to put our name in the mix and put it at the top. It's not that hard. Does that make sense? Okay? So now, that's the basics. Send out just so postcards with a caption that describes something going on with the sale and show off some secrets. Let me show one last thing, because I know this. How many of y'all have ever had a sale that just wasn't all that great? All right? Someone give me a sale that wasn't that great, and why was it not that great? Just one.
This one already, I've had 5 offers on it.
Okay, just give me a closed sale.
A closed sale that didn't go well.
It sold for, way over average days on market. Sold for way under list price. I mean, something like that. It's not one of the ones that you would ring a bell for.
That you're proud of?
Right.
I don't know. All mine, I can find the good in all of them.
Okay, that's the key. That's the key. You can.
There's a really pretty house.
Which one?
Northridge. There's tons of
Yeah,
people came through.
Northridge.
It's just on for
But see, it sold for exactly what I told him it was going to sell for. So I mean,
Okay, so
yeah, can you make
So-
it
so-
postcard, like, just freaking listen to me?
you almost can. You almost can, but here's the key.
I'll try that one next month,
It-
Zach. I'll let you know how that goes.
With the postcard marketing, with the yeah, it's sound bites. Right. So here's the idea. Some of you may say, well, I just did a sale, but it's not worth promoting because it took 5 months too long, and it was at 85% of the list price. I sold this home for half of the market value. Is that true? Yeah. Promote it. They don't have to know the other details. All you have to do is promote what's good, what actually happened.
We closed.
Yeah, we close top of the market value. Okay,
the Woodland, yeah, that one was
so
well below market value in 6 months after being the 3rd agent.
let's talk about supercharging your results. Okay, so this is very simple. Send out just sell postcards, add some information to it. You start to get that perception of what's going on. But now you can supercharge your results. What we found are the 3 easiest ways to Number 3 is not easy because you have to use us. But the number 1 and 2 you can do on your own. But the 3 best ways to supercharge your results is compare yourself to the stats in the MLS. Because if you're better than average, which most agents are, okay, then you can show yourself as being better than average. Show off a family photo. I'll talk about this in a moment. And also do Stealth Tracker, which is a technology we created to put in postcards that we identify sellers without them knowing that we're identifying them, so you can get to them first. All the stories I told up front, okay, and hundreds more, are people that we identified who was thinking about selling before anyone else knew, okay? So let me show you how this works. So compare your stats. By the way, how many of y'all know that the MLS carries your stats? And you can pull it out. You pull your stats out and compare it to the average, and then you maybe educate your consumer. Why choose Bill Smithson? Because his homes get more money and sell faster. And now we're going to quantify specifically what that means. The average sold price for a home listed at $300,000, the market average will sell it at $291,000. Bill Smithson's average is $297,000, which is $6,300 more money. The average days on market for the market is 43 days. Bill's average is 25 days, which is 18 days faster. These are statistical numbers, which means you cannot argue with them. Now, I'm able to demonstrate clearly I can do a better job than the average. Just one more feather in my cap that gives people a reason to choose me. Down at the bottom, this is this stealth tracker I was talking about. Like on this one, we may say like, planning to sell your home, find out what it could sell for in today's market, go to this website. Let me ask you a question. If you're a homeowner, you get this postcard, you're thinking about selling, are you more likely to want to check out to see what your home could sell for, or are you going to throw the postcard away? I'll let you, perfect. Let me, you're on it. Okay, so if you're going to go to the website, we have some technology that automatically identifies exactly who they are. We notify you, and then you can follow up with them. So we're educating them, and then you can notify. You're listening to the Get Sellers Calling You podcast. To increase sales from past clients and sphere of influence or from a geographic farm, learn about Agent Dominator. We guarantee your sales in writing or give your money back. To learn more, visit our website at getsellerscallingyou.com and select Agent Dominator from the menu. And now, back to the podcast. So the next thing is showing off a family photo. Where does your eye go on this postcard? Picture. The handsome guy, right? All right. So let me ask you a question. When you see this photo of me and my family, does that make me seem more real? I'm not just some professional, some stranger, okay? If you go back to Millionaire Real Estate Agent, chapters 2 and 3, let's test your knowledge. It talks about one specific thing. It talks about the types of lists that you target. Do you remember how it labels the list?
Yes, mets and have mets and have not met.
Have met and have not met. Have met produces 8 to 10 times more responses than have not met for one reason. They begin to trust you as an individual. We ran into this by accident. Most of your testing will be done by accident. I was talking to a guy that we've been doing postcard marketing to for geographic farming for a couple of years. This was in like October or November. He said, Beatty, can we send out the postcard you sent in January again? I said, why? He said, it produced half the listings I've got this year. One postcard, half the listings in January. Okay, that's not a typical time. I said, wow, what postcard was that? So I pull it up. The only difference is it had a family photo. Everything else was the same. And I thought, this makes sense. With a family photo, you're now a real person and not a stranger. They get to see you in your natural habitat with your family, and they start to trust you. So we started testing this. California is the hardest place to get results in the postcards, okay? Because you had to break through this very thick layer of, I don't trust you, stay away. And so we were doing geographic farming for a guy out there. The very first postcard, we put a picture of him and his family. And then by the third mailing, he gets a phone call, this lady, selling her home, $500,000 or something like that. And she said, I got your first postcard, and I said, anyone with a family like that has got to be trustworthy. That's why she called him. So never underestimate the value of just putting a family photo, not you in some casual setting, but share your family. If your family is you and your dog, share that. Do something so that they get to see you as a real person, not just as a professional agent. And then we also take the opportunity, you'll see over here, we're going to now add a secret to my success. We're going to reinforce a statistical average. I'm better than the average, and we're going to tell why. Bill Smithson's homes sell 18 days faster than homes sold by other agents. Here's why. Wouldn't you want to know why if you're thinking about selling your home? Some agents are top performers, many are not. Bill Smithson is a top performer. According to the MLS, Bill's homes sell 18 days faster than homes sold by the typical agent. Why? One reason is he has over 97 buyers who want to purchase a home right now. As soon as he lists a home, he has buyers who want it. That means his home sells faster. Okay? I can buy into that.
Is there a reason that it's in the third person there?
Yes. All of this is in third person here because we want them to constantly remember the name Bill Smithson, Bill Smithson, Bill Smithson. 1 Bill Smithson, 2 Bill Smithson, 3 Bill Smithson, and a couple other Bills. Okay? Yeah. We used to do everything first person. We do some first person when we need to, but for the most part, we want to make sure the name is remembered. Great question. All right. So now we're sharing the secrets behind it. Okay. By the way, your buyers. How many of y'all have 97 buyers right now? Let me ask a different question. How many of y'all have purchased buyer leads and you have a database of buyer leads? And how many are in that database?
Thousands.
Okay, so you can safely say I have 97 buyers looking. Okay? See, it's all how you phrase what you're really doing. Yeah. So, and by the way, an odd number is more believable. Rather than say I have 100 buyers, oh, that's a round number. 97 is an odd number. That must be specific. Okay? Why do we say 18 days faster instead of, 2 weeks faster? The other thing is, if you have thousands in your database, you may blow them out. Got 5,000 buyers looking for a home right now. Well, that may not be believable. So bring it to something that's believable, and therefore, if it's believable, it's persuadable. Okay? Notice what we're also doing on this card. We're looking again for sellers. Thinking about selling down at the bottom. See what type of homes Bill's buyers are looking for. If your home matches, he may be able to sell it immediately for top dollar. A little bit of curiosity. By the way, you'll notice anything that we're doing with Self Tracker is always creating curiosity. Curiosity kills the cat. It gets them to open the door. Okay?
Is that a home valuation?
Actually, what this does is it's not, but it is. We don't do an automatic home valuation, but we then send the request to you, and you would do the home valuation or follow up with them. It's all about identifying them and then letting you engage.
And because it's different, you know exactly what postcard it came from.
Yeah. So here's the secret. So if you look at this URL, you'll see that it's got like ABCD1 at the end. Okay? So when we send out postcards, every postcard has a different, unique URL. So if we're sending out 100,000 postcards, we're sending out 100,000 URLs. As soon as that URL is hit, we match it to the database, and we know now exactly who it belongs to and who it is. We email you, and we either redirect them to your website where you want them to go, or we put our own landing page together, branded to you, that offers the information that that's giving. So they don't even know that they've been identified. And this is the key. They don't fill out a form. You'll lose 95% of the prospects getting them to fill out the form. But if you make it easy, then they just go right there. Okay? Let me show you another thing. This kind of ties into this. So one of the things that I mentioned that we split test 21 different things, plus another 37 message variations. One of the things we were looking for is what causes a homeowner to respond. Because as we enter this marketplace, we had no real estate experience, but it's all about marketing to consumers, which we've been doing for so many years. And this is one of the things that we found worked the best. We after going through all of this, and we tested tons of things, only 4 messages actually work. Okay? And so this is one. So imagine now, I want you to put on your homeowner's mindset. You're no longer a real estate agent, you're just average Joe, average Sue homeowner. And you get this postcard, and you're pondering selling your home. And it says, if you're thinking about selling your home, I may be able to sell it immediately because of special buyers I have. Are you going to want to read the rest of that postcard? Yeah. Okay. So then, if you're planning to sell your home in the next 6 months, as a specialist in the area, I often have special buyers who may buy it as soon as you're ready to sell. These immediate buyers often pay full asking price or more because they want a specific type home in the area and will do whatever it takes to ensure they get it. My website shares what they are typically looking for. If you're thinking of selling, visit my site immediately to see if your home is a match. If it is, let's talk. Follow the link below. Are you going to go to the website to see if your home is a match? Yeah. If you're not thinking about selling, Are you even going to read the postcard? No. This is the funny thing. When we show things to some realtors, they go, oh, that's too much copy. No one's going to read it. The one who's thinking about selling will. Okay? So we do that. And then, the last thing as I start to wrap up, and then I'm going to open up for questions, is who do you market to? So we're thinking about primarily just sold postcards, okay, with whatever additional things to increase results. But who are we going to mail these things to? And I think there's two things. Number one is circle marketing. Any of y'all ever heard of circle marketing, circle prospecting, or anything like that? Okay. What do y'all recognize it as?
Cold calling.
Cold calling?
That's where it's
Okay.
used a lot.
Canvassing, cold calling. You can do the same thing with postcards. So think about this. Have y'all heard that for every home that sells, if you draw a radius of 150 homes, another home's about to go on the market, right? Where one sells, there's another one that's about to go on the market. And so there's the mindset of always sending out a just sold postcard around the sale that you just made. Because someone in that group are thinking about selling. They've probably seen your sign. They see your sold sign. And now your name is on their mind. So one thing you can do is circle marketing. Send out, we recommend 150 homes, but you can do 100 or more. But send out a just sold postcard to the neighborhood around the home that you just sold. Every home you sell, you send out another one. It could even be if you were the buyer's agent. Make sure if you're a buyer's agent that you get the right to put your sold sign in the yard once it closes, okay? So you get the branding privilege on that. And then once that sold sign goes up, then send out your postcards, okay? People will drive by and think, oh, there's that home that that Sue sold, okay? So that's circle marketing, and it's kind of a moving target everywhere you go. The other type of market you can send this to is what I call nurture marketing. Nurture marketing is where you take the same list and you start nurturing them every month or every 3 weeks with another just sold, another postcard. This could be your past clients and sphere of influence. This could be a geographic farm. This could be if you generate seller leads, like some sort of home valuation leads. It could be that, but it's the same group of people on an ongoing basis, and you're just very consistent with it. Does that make sense? Okay. Last couple things, and we're going to wrap up for questions. So with what we do at Agent Dominator, we have two types of services, kind of a premium service. Just throwing this out so that for those who want to go to our website and learn more, this is where we really focus on past client sphere of influence, where we focus on a specific geographic farm. We do a lot more than just postcards. We do a lot of customization. We have additional marketing services so that we're touching those prospects in multiple ways. We guarantee results or you get your money back. You can learn more at the website. What I want to talk about, though, is a simple way to do the just sold, okay? And make the just sold, just listed marketing automated, okay? And with that, let's see. Did I do something? Yeah, okay. So nurture marketing, we have a program that if you're interested, you can sign up with us. And we have a program for nurture marketing. It sends out a just sold postcard every single month automatically. Actually, it sends out what we call a sold postcard, okay? It's a set it and forget it. One of the challenges with constantly doing just sold postcards is you have to remember, oh yeah, I got to do another postcard, okay? So what we do is we set up an entire year's worth of cards using previous sales because they're all good sales. And we mark them as sold, not just sold, okay? And if you're concerned that maybe someone's going to say, well, that home sold 8 months ago, just use an inside photo like a master bedroom or the kitchen because it's beautiful, people see it, but they can't really connect the dots between where it is. And then what we do is we lock and load it. You set it and forget it. And anytime you have a new sale that you just want to kind of replace the card with a new sale, just email us the photo, we replace it, the next card goes out, will be your just sold. Okay, so what it does is it simplifies the process of just getting this going automatedly at a really competitive price and just kind of be done with it. The other thing we offer is this thing we call circle marketing. With circle marketing, it's also kind of a done for you. When you close on a sale, simply email us the photo and the address. we'll automatically pull the 150 addresses around that cell, and we'll create a just sold postcard and send it out. So you simply send us the email, the address, boom. If you give us a caption to put, this home was on the market for 5 days and sold for $10,000 over list, whatever it is, we'll add that to it. So it just makes it real easy. You just send an email. We got all your accounts set up, and it just goes out like clockwork. And I want to talk to you one last thing about just the simplicity in economics. Give me an average commission on a seller side sale that you guys make. Well, how much money do you make on average on a seller side sale? $6,000. Okay. So to get a $6,000 commission, how much would you be willing to spend in marketing? Okay, $5,999. Okay. How much? 600, 10%. Okay. Do I hear anything more than 600? No. 50%. Okay. So whatever it is, it is. Here's where you kind of figure out what your number is. I would spend $3,000 all day long to make $6,000 in return. Okay. So whatever it is, it is. Let's just, in real simple terms, if you're using us, now we have 2 price points. One that's just a just sold postcard. It's less expensive than the one that uses the stealth tracker. The one with stealth tracker is right about $1 postcard, so it's still not much. But let's use that for example, because what we're looking for is sellers, and we'll get a lot more sellers if we get them curiously going to the website and you're proactive to following up. So if the average commission is $6,000 and I've got a $3,000 budget, that means I can send out 3,000 postcards. If I'm sending them around 150 per sale, that's 20 listings, if my math is right. I send out 20 circle marketing sets of cards, and all I have to do to make profit is 1 sale. Does that sound easy to do? Economically, I can almost guarantee, depending on where you are and everything else, that you'll get at least 1 listing out of 3,000 postcards like that. So if you start to get more listings, then that cost per listing goes from 3,000 down to 2, down to 1,000, down to 500, whatever it is. Okay. So where I'm going on this is you almost can't lose because it is so effective, and that's it. So I've got, if you want, I've got some forms. You can go to our website by the end of this week, agentdominator.com. You can sign up with us online there if you want for the Just Sold. I do have forms you can fill out and email in. But what I want to do right now is just open up for questions. We got some time. I can keep the questions going.
Your services, is it month to month or is it contractual?
Oh, great question. So on the Just Sold, they're month to month. Okay, if you do the nurture marketing, you'll get a discount if you commit to a 12-month term. But everything on all this stuff is month to month, start anytime, cancel anytime. On the circle marketing right here, we only charge you when you email us, send this postcard out. So, I mean, that could be only twice a year if that's all you want.
If you're just getting started and you want to farm a subdivision area, then do you have plans to help do that?
Yes.
But you don't necessarily have a sold or just go.
Right. So if you're repeat the question for those on our audio tape. So the question is, if you're just getting started and you want to do geographic farming, do we have a plan for that? We do. But if you're going to do geographic farming, please go to getsellerscallingyou.com and search for the podcast we've done on doing geographic farming, because there's between a 3 and 6 step process to pick the right farm. Because what you're doing is you're picking an area to invest in, and you want to pick the right area that's going to produce the most money. Geographic farming, so we have some what we call light geographic farming postcards. They're sort of like this. Let me show you. And they have some generic content that's good to kind of persuade people, and generic photos, mostly inside, like a living room or a kitchen or something like that, that can be sent out. And then whenever you have a sale, we can put a sold. So it allows you to get consistent mailings in that area, show off expertise, And then whenever you do have a sale, we can add that to it. Okay. Let me also mention something about geographic farming, because this comes up. A lot of times people think that if you do geographic farming, you can only send but if you do it from outside the farm, it's also okay. Here in Birmingham, y'all familiar with Homewood? Like Hollywood, totally different style than Vestavia, right? If I made a sale over in Homewood, and I'm farming in Vestavia, and I want them to perceive that this is local to them, I'm not going to show an outside photo of the outside. I'm going to take one of the pictures of the master bathroom or the kitchen, because that's transferable anywhere. And so now when I send it out, the perception is, wow, he's sold another one. Okay? And they think it's probably local because all the other homes may be local. So that's something you can do, just kind of get away from that perception. Get sellers calling you. Right, if you want to get sellers calling you, go to getsellerscallingyou.com. Okay? Yeah.
Bonus examples of just sold. Do you have any samples of just listed?
Sure. The just listed, let me show you. I think you missed it. Just listed. Okay? Or this beautiful home is on the market for okay? I mean, all it is a picture with a different word on it. Yeah. Yeah. Postcards are jumbo.
What size is that?
It's 6 by 8.5.
So maybe a stupid question, but does this include you guys mail them out postage?
Right. So the price is all in.
Can I just make a comment?
Yes.
I bothered Zach and Chad and everybody. I have just designed a postcard, and it took me days, y'all, to make it perfect and just tweaking it. So you saw me just knowing that it's going to be professionally done instead of me going on Canva trying to do my amateurish.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, and this is why most people stop. They never start on postcard marketing, and they stop because it's a lot of time to do it onesie-twosie. And, the whole idea of just email us a photo and an address and it's done for you just makes it a lot easier. Yep. Great questions. Any other questions going on? Okay. Are we done? Yes.
Did you say you created the content or we just send pictures?
Right. So you'll send the caption, but on a different level service, not this. On the premium service, where we actually have copywriters, we'll create all this content for you. Okay? You have to go to our website on that one. That's agentdominator.com. And then what I was sharing with this lady is we do have pre-created cards with pre-created content. We put them together for a brand new agent who doesn't have any sales, but they want to do nurture marketing and have something to send out. Yep. All right. Great. Well, thank you guys. Hope this is helpful.